Hey everybody, welcome back to Castle Farms Homestead. Today is a very exciting day for me, at least. This is a pretty exciting project we got going on now. And if you're looking behind me, you can probably guess what it is. Today, we are going to be planting our new fruit trees. Behind me is our orchard area that we're going to be putting them in. We just have to determine where they're going to go, get them planted. I need to get them planted because I don't want them to have any more trauma than they're already getting of blowing over. And I set them up, they blow back over again. Set them up, they blow back over again. And we have some new trees that are really exciting. So you have seen our fruit trees. We got, I think, 20 fruit trees. But now we have got, and this is really bad because they're all blown over. You can't really even tell how good they are and how big they are. These trees are amazing. Again, got a great deal on these. Picked them up. See if we can get an idea of how big this is. So like these two trees right here, those are close to 20-foot tall trees. So that'll be really nice to get on the property here. That'll start to make it feel like a homestead. And these trees are red oak trees. So they should grow to be pretty large trees. In fact, all the ones we got are going to be decently large trees. Over here, this one, next one that's lying on the ground as well, that's an aspen. Looking forward to that, even growing and proliferating and getting a little forest going. The one next to that, that's a cottonless cottonwood. I did not want a cottonwood tree that was going to put that cotton out. We lived on 3/4 of an acre in Omaha, Nebraska at one time, and there were several cottonwood trees on that property, and it was a mess when it was dropping the cotton. And also there's a certain part in the season where it's dropping pods that are sticky and they get on our deck, and anyway, it was a mess. But anyway, moving on. So I may have mislabeled one of those. Anyway, the other four are linden trees. They're a silver, what do they call it? Shoot. But anyway, it's a linden. And those are pretty cool trees. They have lots of good properties. So that's exciting too. So we've got 9 large trees here. Oh, I didn't mention one. Oh, that's one I didn't mention. Oh, this one here. This one here. That is a autumn blaze maple. So that will be a nice, beautiful color in the fall. So we've got a few trees that'll be turning red in the fall, and the other ones, I think they all turn yellow in the fall. So that'll be real pretty. But now we got to decide where to put them. But first, I'm going to start with the fruit trees. And we'll get them laid out here to our orchard. Probably just start lining the back side of that and get them planted. I'm looking on the tag here to find out what kind of tree it is. It says fruit tree. That's good. I like fruit trees. But I'm pretty sure it's an apple. But I don't know what variety. I have another one that said fruit tree on it as well. But then I looked, it's got a tag on the thing, and so does that one. So I'll get to see. This is a Sweet 16 apple. I hear they're really good. And this one that I didn't know is a Granny Smith. I'm trying to space these about 12 feet apart. And about 8 feet from the fence line. Perfect. I'm going to show you those two trees in a second here. They're pretty cool. I think you'll like it. Now these I'm really excited about. These are Honeycrisp. I love Honeycrisp apples. Now if I were my mom, she's passed away, but if I were her, I'd have a tape measure out and I'd have strings out. It'd have to be exactly to the inch where everything goes. I am not that way. Close enough is good enough. I pace it off. I know what my paces are, and they'll be close enough. So, let's see. 4 trees. Those are all apples so far. That's good. I think that's all my apples. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 apples. But let me show you these down here. This is kind of fun. Something I hadn't seen before. And who knows how they'll do. But these are 2 different trees that have been twisted together. Kind of cool. So on one, I've got a Granny Smith, and the other one's a Harrelson. I have no idea what a Harrelson is. If you know what it is, put it in there. Put it in the comments, because I've never had a Harrelson. Not sure what it is, but that'll be kind of fun to do. And then this one over here is, or I should say was, a Fuji Harrelson. But one of them died. And we don't know which one it is. So we'll find out. I'm hoping it's a Fuji because I don't have any other Fujis. Now here I've got 3 peach trees. This is a Frost peach, and these 2 are Red Haven. And then I've got a nectarine. It says it's a gold mine nectarine. Man, I love a good nectarine. Those are awesome. This is a Moore Park apricot. So I think I'm going to put those out there next. Now these 3 trees are pear trees. These 2 are Bartlett pears, which I love. We grew Bartletts in our house that we sold, and man, they were awesome, wonderful. And I love to eat a pear that's fresh off the tree, but I'll tell you what I really love are canned pears. Love canned pears and canned peaches. I don't know, can't beat them. So those are Bartlett pears, and this is a 20th century pear. It is an Asian pear. And what I found out though is this Asian pear needs another Asian pear as a pollinator. So I'm going to leave a space for another tree. I've got to get me another Asian pear to put in there so we've got a good pollinator. But I'm looking forward to these pears. Now we're almost to the end of our fruit trees that we got. These are 2 plum trees. This one is a Santa Rosa plum. I like me a Santa Rosa plum. And this is one I'm not too familiar with, but looks really interesting. It is an elephant heart plum. And it looks like the flesh in it is really dark red and shaped like a heart, which is kind of cool. So that's going to be nice. Another plum tree that I'd really like to get is an Italian plum. Those are those oval shaped dark purple ones. Those are really good too. So I'll be on the lookout for one of those. But we'll get these 2 set up to plant here now. So what I've decided to do is to offset my rows like this. So I've got trees, each row, they're spaced in between each other. I think that'll be good. It'll help, for one thing, to be able to fit more trees in the orchard here. The last tree I've got here of the fruit trees is a Rainier cherry. Those are delicious. Rainier cherry. And I'm not putting it here in the orchard because I have plans to put some of these and some Bing cherry on the other side of the garden over there. We zoom in. So on the far side of the garden over there, I'm going to have a row of cherry trees. And I'm going to use those as a wind block, along with some other things as well. All right, this is looking good. We've got 19 of our 20 trees here laid out relatively where they're going to go. Going to have to move one or two of them to straighten them out as we're going. But this is exciting because now the plan is to take the tractor and come over with a backhoe, dig a hole, and then take some of that compost that we've got mounds of and mixing it about 50-50 compost and the dirt. And then we'll plant the trees in that. I think that'll work out really well. So far, I've got 3 holes dug. You can see all the trees got blown around. I laid them all out nice. And in the blustery day yesterday, they got blown around. But that's okay. We'll figure this out. But I got a lot more holes to dig. So let's get at it. Well, I've got all the holes dug for the fruit trees, and I brought over some compost, and my plan is to mix the compost with the dirt about 50-50 and plant it with that. Sorry I didn't show you any of that because my phone died, and then I thought it was charging and it wasn't. So I finally got a little charge here so I can show what I've been working on. But I'm excited to get these trees in. I put them in the holes and it's getting me excited. So let's get them planted. Now I dug these holes extra deep and wide so that I could get some good compost and dirt all around there. So I'm not going to be too particular about how I do this. I'm just going to kind of mix it up and shovel it in there. Kind of layer it and mix it and whatever. Where's Brady when you need him? Why? That's why I have him. To do all this physical stuff. Not me. You know, I gotta get my right distance here. I'm wondering if I might be a little high. I think I might need to, although this is probably gonna sink down when it gets wet. I think I'm gonna call it good. All right, there you have it. Our first tree planted. Woohoo! That's exciting. Yeah, only 13 more of the fruit trees to go, or 12 more to go. 13 total. Then not to mention the 9 large trees we have. So looking forward to that.
What's up, all you homesteader wannabes? I've finally deigned to join Clint out here planting trees, working on this project. I'm sure you've given them the whole rundown of it already and everything.
I have, but it will be great to have Brady here. Trust me. We've already been working a bit this morning. It's going a lot faster. I'm a slow go. I work a bit, take a short break. Work a bit, take a short break.
Just that slow and steady.
But yeah, things are going great now. So we're just continuing to fill in those holes and get the trees planted and mixing compost and dirt, all those things that I mentioned before. And plan is to get everything planted today. I think we can do it. If I sit back and just bark orders at Brady, I think he'll get it done. So
It's generally how it goes.
let's do that. But one thing that did happen, which is very exciting to me, is that the fruit trees, I knew exactly where I wanted them to go. No problem. I have this orchard area. That's where I wanted them to go. But I've also got those 9 other larger trees, and I really wasn't sure where to put them on the property. I was worried about, yeah, those bigger trees back there. I was worried about shading solar panels, shading garden areas, blocking views,
all that stuff.
all that stuff. And anyway, so some friends came over, the Woods came over, and we just kind of talked about it. They gave me some great ideas, wonderful ideas. Now I know where everything's going, and I'm really excited about it. So we'll show you that in a little bit. But let's get back to planting. Brady, get busy. All right. Where our zip ties are going around this stuff. There we go.
Unaware.
One more in the apple row to go.
Clint said that he was tired of planting fruit trees, and so we've moved over here to plant.
I want to have the satisfaction of having this big, almost 20-foot tall tree in the ground. It's going to be awesome. So,
What kind of tree is this?
this is a red oak. So it's going to be big eventually, probably after I'm dead. And beautiful. It'll be turning this reddish color. And so, big, beautiful tree. We're putting it here because it's right next to the chicken run and right next to what will be the gazebo. And so it will provide afternoon shade for both of those places, chickens and for us in the gazebo if we're having some activity. So that's going to be good. Wind's picking up. Oh, it's pulling me over. But let's get it in the ground. I think I'm gonna have to hold this, Brady.
All right. I'll start filling it in.
Check that out, guys. That is so exciting. Look at that tree. I gotta back up here. Back up, back up. I have to look where I'm going so I don't trip over something. Check that out. Oh my gosh. That is getting me excited. A real tree on our property. That is going to be beautiful. Oh my gosh. There you go. The tree is in and it looks beautiful. And what do you know?
You can already use it for shade.
Check it out.
Lounge in the shade. It's perfect.
On this hot, hot sunny day.
Wow.
Okay, it's only like 53 or something like that.
But I'm sweating.
I am too.
I'm dripping.
But I am loving this thing. Oh my gosh. This is exciting. I'm so stoked.
It's a nice tree. And here we go, folks. An aerial view of our orchard, all filled in. Not all filled in, because more trees will be going in, but all the trees we have now currently planted. And then over here we have the aspen tree in the bottom left with the red oak up there. You can see the garden in the background, all of our sunflowers and cosmos and stuff planted around the garden. We recently dug up the potato patch and got, I don't know, thousands of potatoes, it seems like. And just beyond that, we have our Bing cherry tree, which now has three other cherries planted next to it. So we've got our 4 cherry trees there, plus some blackberry starts, little shoots in the ground too. And beyond that, we have that big tree. I don't know. I don't know what type of tree that is, unfortunately. I would ask Clint, but he's on the excavator right now, digging out the trench for our septic system. You can see the excavator in the video right there, actually. But as we come up on the drive, we have 2 of our silver linden planted, as well as an autumn blaze maple. So those will be absolutely gorgeous when they're spreading out and giving us a covered drive right there. It'll be super beautiful. We're really happy to have those trees in right there. It's very cool now to drive in and just see big trees, big in quotes there, growing up alongside the drive. And in fact, on the other entrance to the driveway, we have, is it our 2 other lindens? I think that's what it is. It's our 2 other lindens. And we can't put any trees on the other side of the driveway because we have to have entrance for our future sawmill there. But in the very corner of our lot, which we're going to pan to in just a second here, right there we go. Another tree that I don't remember what it is. Oh my goodness, I really should have gotten Clint to help me with this voiceover, because I cannot remember which trees those are. Maybe another oak, who knows. But we're just, grateful that you guys could join us for our video today and to see how awesome all these trees and this homestead is starting to turn out. And remember, folks, if you liked this video, to like this video. Drop us a comment, if you've got any tips on growing fruit trees, or if you've got any questions, or just to say something nice. You can say something mean if you want to. I don't really care. But comment, or like, comment, subscribe, share, and we will see you guys all next time on Castle Farms Homestead.